Yeah, so we'll just quickly finish this part. Where are we? We were at transition management. Okay. We were at integration, logistics integration, define control keys. Okay. Then we were looking at logistics integration profile. So you would have typically a freight unit building rule, which you will assign the logistics integration profile, automatic freight unit building. That is what we had seen yesterday. And then relevance of, so shipping point. So whatever, like for example, TM10 or delivery type, shipping condition you have to give, then control key, and then logistics integration profile. So this alignment is something which you can maintain. So once it is maintained correctly, the control keys, logistics integration profile, and then the delivery documents or sales documents, whatever, then you will be able to trigger your what you call freight units. So FUBR is what we have seen yesterday, freight unit building rule, and freight unit, edit freight unit. Suppose you want to edit freight unit building rule, you can just see, you can freight unit building rule, you can create them, and then you can, it is a configuration, so it will ask for a transport. So you just mention your transport. And here, as we have discussed, it will have a document type, which we are going to see now. And then strategy, then critical quantity, item swapping, and then the split quantity, gross weight, and all. So based on this parameters, what you give in your sales, what you call, in your delivery, you'll have the item split. Okay. So let us see. This is coming. Yesterday, what we have created, we can see that. Okay, thank God. It is there. Let's go back to our. Yesterday, we created a sales order, right? So we'll see the freight unit, and then we'll try to go in the. In the meantime, we can look at.
Satish, I have a question regarding freight unit building rule. This is Ramesh.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that rule can be done in only theory, or it cannot be done in SPRO?
Typically, it is we do it in theory or NWBC.
Oh.
It's not done in backend.
Okay. Because I'm very new to this TM, so that's why I'm asking.
No. I mean, so we work in projects. We use NWBC, so we don't do that in backend. So backend we don't do it. Rather, we don't do that in backend at all. So we only you do it in the front end.
Okay.
Either it is NWBC or one second. NWBC or theory.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you throw some light on NWBC? What it is?
So that's a user interface like Fiori. So so NetWeaver business client or something. So it's the same thing like what you have in Fiori, no? One second. It's like earlier Google version and current Google version, or it's earlier Windows version and current, something like that. So everything is the same. It's only that the graphic user interface is different. Little changes and all. So you just it is the same thing. So you'll not find any different difference in that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Satish.
Yeah, no problem. So that typically don't keep that in mind, saying that, oh, that is something different. So within no time you'll be able to understand everything is proper. That's all. Nothing, no big deal about it. Yeah. So now let us look at backend of the freight unit. So for example, um, transportation man. So in transportation management, you will have to go to planning. So freight unit is something, order management. You should go to freight order management. No, I think in planning. Sorry, am I messing up or what? Ah, right. So it is in planning. So define freight unit types. Okay, this is where you'll find the freight unit type and standard freight unit type. So one will be a default freight unit type for system to any optimizer to if optimizer has to process, then if you say pick up a default type, then optimizer will look at all of these and then pick up the default one for it to process. So that's why default one is important. Typically, for any automated way of picking up the freight unit also, you will have necessary configurations for the default type. It probably will be used in most of the scenarios. So like that, you will normally configure and say that is the default type. And others could be a little more specific to a particular scenario. That is how typically it is done in projects situations. Now let us look at certain configurations in here. There are quite a bit, but we will touch base certain important ones so that it will sink in, and later on we can explore certain other configurations. Okay. So obviously, freight unit, the code will be there, and then the description, and then you have the time for drawing. That means when do you want to draw a particular freight unit number, or so when you create a freight unit, right? So normally um, draw number immediately can be given for freight unit, because typically freight unit, when you create automatically, it doesn't matter whether you have the number after saving or before before you initiate a freight unit. So draw number immediately is a normal thing what you give for freight unit. But for freight order, typically you say draw number when saving the document. So when you complete all your data inputs and all that in the freight order, then when you save it, it will generate a number. Until then, it will put some dollar sign or something like that. Okay. So this is about it. And freight unit will have a number range. Obviously, the number range has to be located. And then documents can be deleted. So freight unit documents can be deleted. Of course, there will be a trace of those deleted numbers and all that. And tracking changes can be done in the freight unit itself in terms of any changes which are updated. If you want some tracking to be noted, that configuration is for tracking any changes which you make in the freight order after it is got generated. Then there is something called planning profile, which you are seeing here. This planning profile is nothing but uh, it's related to optimizer. It's related to uh, the automatic planning. So planning profile will have a lot of information in it regarding incompatibilities, regarding cost, regarding constraints, regarding carrier, um, regarding what we call carrier, and scheduling and all that stuff. Typically it is used, in um, uh, user interactive in transportation cockpit, processing through transportation cockpit it is used, uh, or it can also be used when you do a optimizer. will use optimizer, right? So we will discuss planning profile at a later time. I can say that this is the heart of the entire TM in a way. This is very, very important. Rule for pickup and delivery. So you can define certain rules for a earliest pickup at a requested day or latest delivery at a requested day, or